Let me tell you something that took me years to figure out, and honestly, it's a little embarrassing. I've spent a long time thinking that my photography wasn't where I wanted it to be just because of my gear. Look, 2 images, same location, same subject. One shot on a cheap kit lens that came with my camera body back then, and one shot on an 85 f1.8, a fast prime that cost significantly more. And maybe you already guessed it right, but for the majority, the answer is less obvious than you'd think. And the reason why is what this whole video is about, so let me show you what I mean. Here's the embarrassing part. When I got my hands on an 85mm f1.8 through a partnership with Blurry about a year ago, I went straight to 1.8 and basically didn't leave. Didn't matter what I was photographing, portraits, streets, a random wall that looked interesting, f1.8, always. And I genuinely thought I was leveling up. The blur was there, the separation was visible, and I was posting images and people were responding. And I told myself, yeah, that's it. That's the upgrade I needed. But I was fooling myself. Because what I was doing was basically hiding, using the shallow depth of field to make images feel interesting without doing the work of making them interesting. The bokeh was covering up lazy compositions. It was covering up the fact that half of the time I hadn't even thought about what I wanted the image to say. I was letting the lens make the decisions I was supposed to be making. And the worst part, I didn't notice for a long time because wide open looks good. It performs well online, people respond to it, but there's a difference between an image that looks good and an image that actually means something. And I was so caught up in the first one that I completely ignored the second. So let's actually talk about what lenses do. Most photographers think about lenses in terms of what they produce, the blur, the sharpness, the compression. But the more useful way to think about it is, every lens is a different way of seeing the world. The focal length you choose determines your relationship with the scene. How much of the world around your subject you include or cut out completely. Wide angle, for example the 80mm that I'm recording this part of the video right now, puts you inside the scene. Your subject exists within their environment. The world around them feels present and real. A telephoto lens, for example the 85mm from Blurry, it compresses everything. Pulls your subject away from the world behind them, that cinematic feel we all tend to chase. And none of them are better, they just tell completely different stories. Stay on one focal length forever and eventually everything starts looking the same. Now, aperture, and this is where most people get it wrong. Wide open f1.8 for example, shallow depth of field. A thin slice of the scene is sharp, everything else dissolves. Stop down to f8, the whole scene stays present. Foreground, midground, background. All sharp, all part of the story. 4 things actually control how much depth of field you get. Aperture, focal length, sensor size, and distance from your subject. Longer focal lengths give you shallower depth of field, even at the same aperture. The closer you are to your subject, the shallower it gets, which means stopping wide open on a wide-angle lens, this here for example, but from a distance is mostly pointless. You're barely getting separation anyway, just softer images. Which is exactly what I was doing for months. Shallow depth of field is a tool. Portraits you can open up. The face is the story, so let the work behind them soften. Street, documentary, or landscape, for example, anything where the scene around your subject matters, stop down. Keep the context, let the whole frame breathe. Ask yourself what the image is actually about first, and then choose your settings. And look, even knowing all of this, I still catch myself defaulting. Camera comes up and my fingers go straight to that 1.8 before I've thought about anything, because habits move faster than decisions. And that's the real problem, not knowledge, application. Most photographers have heard some version of what I just explained. The gap is using it in the moment when you're moving fast and reacting out on the street, for example. So I started asking one question before I raised the camera. What is this image actually about? Not how does it look, what is it about? That one question changes everything, because the answer tells you exactly what your settings should be before you even touch a single dial. So here's what I want you to actually do with this. Pick one lens, whatever you shoot with most. And for your next session, go out with a rule. First half of the session, shoot wide open. Whatever your widest aperture is, 3.5, 1.8, doesn't matter. The whole time and don't touch it. Now, second half, stop down to f8 for example. Again, the whole time. And when you get back and review those images, ask yourself which ones tell more of a story, because that's the real question, not technical quality, story. I'll bet that the f8 images show you something about your own vision that the wide open shots were quietly hiding. And once you realize that, you probably won't fall back into mindless default mode again. You will start choosing, and that choice, made consciously every time you raise the camera, is what separates someone who just takes photos to someone who tells stories. I spent a year thinking that the 85 at 1.8 was my answer. It was the answer, but to the wrong questions. I was asking how to make images that looked cinematic, but the better question was how to make images that felt true to myself. And now to sum it all up together, the lens is not your vision. It's a tool through which your vision moves. And if you want to enhance the story you're telling through your images, I can help you save some time in the editing part with my presets. The Nostalgia collection for a filmic touch, or the Visionary collection for more stylized edits. Or buy them together for a discount. The link is down below. As always, I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself and much love.